Did you know that in the world we live in, every 5 seconds, someone aged 15 years or younger passes away? And mainly, it's because of malnutrition and lack of clean water. You can do something about that today. Hey everyone, my name is Chad. I am a Jesus follower and I am the pastor at Henderson General Baptist Church. And today we have for you a motivational word of the day. And that word is water wells. Now, I know this is a weird word and there's some things I want to give you information-wise that I hope will challenge you and it will make you think about sacrifice that we can make. For the last long bit, I've been seeing where water wells have been going in place by a friend of mine. His name is Jesse. He's also a General Baptist preacher. He lives in India, and things are different in India than they are here. And for a lot of people, what we find is water, clean water, it's a little more difficult to come by. Now, I've seen where these wells have been going in, and the thing about Jesse that I've known for years now, and every year that I get to see him, we go out and we eat, but he's never not one time asked for anything. And I see these wells going in, and I'm so happy for them and haven't really given it much thought over this time. And then the other day, one of my children came in and I saw them with an object, and they had a water bottle just like this, except for it was empty and the top was off of it, and they were trying to get that little plastic piece off. It's popping it off, and I asked, I was like, well, what are you doing? And they said, well, I'm trying to do an experiment with this bottle, but I need the bottle and I need that thing off. I was like, well, why didn't you ask? So I grabbed the bottle and I said, well, where did you get the bottle? And they said, well, in there on the shelf. And I was like, was it empty? And they said, no, it was full. I said, well, what did you do with the water? And they said, I poured it down the sink. You know, we in America and in other parts of the world, probably even in India, if you would, because it's not everywhere, we have so much water readily available that we take it for granted. And I realized in that moment that I was like, wait a minute, this is not how I want to raise my children. And we have water at our access at any point. I can just turn on the faucet and just let water run. And sometimes people take showers, and 30-minute showers, it's like, oh my word, how long does a shower need to be? And we just waste it, and we can go to the refrigerator and we can put that little cup in there and water comes out and it goes through an extra filter. We have clean water. I don't oftentimes find myself thinking that I take things for granted, and yet in that moment when my child just poured the water down, it hit me, and I realized those pictures of those water wells Jesse's been putting in. And I thought, you know, the cost of those water wells are about $1,500 American. And we go out to eat from time to time. So we sat down as a family and we discussed it and talked about it. And I challenged my children. And I gave them 30 minutes to get online and find 10 different countries across the world that struggle with water or struggle with food, struggle with finances, and to bring back pictures, and we all discussed what that was like. You know, one of the things in my studies that I found was that in the poorest of poor, that many people, they only live on about $1.25 American money-wise a day. What was ironic was that I got a water bill, and my water bill was $37.68. And when you take that up and you go 30 days by $1.25, it's $37.50. You know, it was amazing whenever I have that moment to think some people are only living on that amount and yet just readily available water. So we had to make a decision, and I didn't want to just give $1,500 because I want my family to realize that sacrifice is needed. So we decided that we were going to, from time to time, when we would decide that we're going to go out and eat or get a meal, because of the way things are right now, we'll get a meal and bring it back or go somewhere else with it. That instead of doing that, we were going to take that money and put it towards a water well. So we've got 30 meals of eating out that we will just throw away. And I say throw away in the sense that we won't do that instead. We have 27 meals left. We started with 30, and for my family, it's a pretty big family, so we're taking $50 every meal. Instead of going out to eat, we're going towards this water well. Why? Because I want my family, I want myself to realize that there are people across this world who need our help. Yes, we can look and say there's things here that need to be different, and the calling on your life is the calling on your life. I want us to know that motivational word of the day, water wells, it's important. Because ultimately what I see in life is the need for clean water. Never really thought about it too much until that day that water bottle was in front of me and it had just been poured right down the sink. How many people would have liked to have had that water? For one, I drank out of this. It's a 50-ounce container, and I drink about 4 of these a day, at least, every day. 50 ounces of water. I add minerals into it. I do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I'm into that health stuff. But what I realize is that we can all do something. So for my church, I've challenged my church family, the people within, that they would give a sacrifice towards this, that our church family would be able to donate that $1,500 for individuals to give. And in giving in this, that they would realize the need for God's love across the world. So what Jesse does is it's not just about giving water and giving this well to these villages. What it is about also sharing the love of Jesus Christ. We live in a tough world, and the opportunity is there in front of us. You see, I wear this shirt, and it's a GBIM shirt, which is the General Baptist International Ministries, and it's part of the association that I'm involved in as a General Baptist. And on the back of this shirt, it's got a verse, 1 Chronicles, chapter 16, verse 23. Sing to the Lord, all the earth. Tell of His salvation from day to day. Publish His glorious deeds among the nations. Tell everyone about the amazing things He does. Great is the Lord. He is worthy of praise. He is to be feared above all gods. Today, as you listen to this and you take this moment to realize that the motivational word of the day, water wells, it's something you can provide. Take a moment to just slow down and think about these pictures that I put up of what's happening at these water wells. And yes, they're sketches because, ultimately we have to keep things as safe as possible for all involved. And not everywhere is it safe to present the gospel message of Jesus Christ. So we have to do things in a way that says, how am I going to help? Maybe today you can be motivated to help in this way. Maybe today you can think about what you drank on a day in and day out basis, of how much water just goes down the sink for no reason, of how long the shower goes, that even for me, I have a utensil that you put water in, it starts steaming, and I steamed this shirt before I did this. That's how much water we take for granted with. But above that, it's about spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ to a lost world who serves many gods and serves other gods that will not save. Only He will. So maybe you take this moment right now and you decide in your heart of hearts what you want to do. And as I put this picture up, it gives you 3 options if you decide you want to do it. But my hope is that you'll find some way to sacrifice and not just write a check. But maybe you write a big enough check that you can give in multiple wells. The last time I talked with Jesse was just the other day through message, and he said right now there's 33 villages still wanting and hoping for a water well. I can't provide all those, and neither can one other person on here. But we can do our part. My family's going to continue to sacrifice, and we're going to, when every single time I drink these things of water, I'm praying for Jesse. I'm praying for the other pastors in that area. And I'm praying for those villages that have the water wells and those who will get a water well, that they will see the faithfulness of our Heavenly Father. May God bless you. May God keep you. May you decide in your heart to take and look, maybe snap a picture of that, get a hold of them and figure out what you can do for the glory of God and what you can do to help provide a small community in need of clean water. I will talk to you guys next time. Don't forget, go conquer your day. Go conquer your life. Find those things that God's calling you to. Maybe it's not these water wells, or maybe it is. If it is, go to it and sacrifice for the Lord. And don't forget, we're on a journey. And in this journey, may you always know that God is love and that we are going somewhere. And my hope and prayer is that you will like, subscribe, and join this channel to see what else God has in store for you this year. I'll catch you guys next time.